Imagine looking at a newborn baby and then being in a room over and hearing it scream its head off when somebody's cracking its ribs.
It's over for Allie Carter, y'all, because she just got kidnapped and her family is on the internet begging us to help them find her before it's too late. Apparently, the people who kidnapped her haven't even called to ask for a ransom, and that's what's really worrying her family, because that means her kidnap wasn't because of money. They snatched her up per the orders of one of the higher ones in the industry, and they don't intend to bring her back alive. Just a week ago, she went on live to tell everyone that she and her family had to relocate because some strange men broke into their house and vandalized the entire place. Clearly, whoever these people were didn't give up, because they came around again to whatever location she was at and snatched her up. Now, as I said, just a few days ago prior to her getting kidnapped, she gave us an update on her safety and revealed why her and her family had been getting hunted down like animals for the last few days. She said she was afraid they were going to take her out, and that if she turns up missing or dead one of these days, it was definitely them. It turns out some people have been paid to come after her and her family, and these people broke into her house to ransack the whole place for potential evidence against the people they're working for. She actually went on live to show us a video of what her house looked like after the goons broke into it, and it looked really bad, y'all. Luckily for her, she wasn't home when they came, so they weren't able to attack her. However, they definitely left a mess to let her know they were there.
You get pressured, attacked, stalked, and hunted down for your own information. You get abused and re-victimized again by people who wanted to argue a back and forth this week like that fucking mattered. Okay, you had Stu Peters and Timothy Charles Homestead going back and forth, and nobody has even bothered. Not that I give a damn, and not that I understand that you guys are gonna be that selfish, but nobody has bothered to apologize for all the hell that has happened. But you guys were arguing back and forth, and in that meantime, we lost our home. You don't believe me? Here you go. What once was a full house, we were still paying rent on our house. What we were doing this whole time was moving everything, because our house is gone. Our house is gone. This is the speaking out. What was our beautiful 3-bedroom acre home on 21225 Standing Rock Avenue, because everybody has the address, because organizations that were attached to Marx, Sawyer, and many other organizations decided to put out the address, my license plate to one of my cars, and many other of my. So here you go. You can have it, right? Because this is what happens when you speak out. This is what happens when you tell all the truth. This is what happens when you decided to stand up for the children, and when you understand that survivors don't just get to do a seminar, and when you understand that survivors don't just get to just be and then show up somewhere and talk and monetize everything that they're saying. When you realize that that's bullshit, then you will understand. Look at the tactics and pay attention. Pay attention. I'm still not asking you for a damn thing but to wake up. I'm not asking you for a damn thing but just to get outside. I don't give a damn about money, numbers on my platforms. You can have all of it. You took everything. The only thing that I give a shit about right now is the fact that there is a baby in the way. There's babies in the way. There are people that I love that I can't get out of the way. What am I supposed to do when the people in the authority that you're supposed to go to, you can't go to them?
Now, when it comes to the main reason why the industry is after her, it actually is a lot messier than you might think. Allie has been going at this for a while now, but she recently took things a step further when she leaked major tea about Diddy's alleged sacrificial camps and the vile things that used to happen there when he was a free man. She claimed that Diddy and his associates have allegedly been stealing people's kids and making them have intercourse with horses and dogs while they record on camera. She said these poor kids were allegedly also kept in metal chains while satanic rituals were performed on them. Allie didn't specify where exactly these rituals were happening, but she said she saw all these things herself while working in the industry, and most of these kids didn't make it out alive. And the few ones who did definitely didn't come out as the same kids they were prior to getting messed with by Diddy and his people.
But right now, I think a lot of people are not ready for someone to tell you that there are 3-4-year-olds that people take pride in sticking bars up children. I don't think people are going to be able to stomach the fact that people tie 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old children to horse stables and have horses and dogs race them, and then they get off on that. I don't think people are going to be able to stomach the fact that people hang children upside down in satanic ritual abuse meetings, and they literally hang them. Literally, by metal prongs, they hang them to get blood dripping out of them, and people go up under and like you're under a rainfall to take their blood. There are situations that I don't think people are ready for. We're not touching the seriousness of trafficking. Like, the videos that I've made, the videos that I've started to make, this is not even touching. This is the gist of it, and I think so many people are quick to raise a sign and say adrenochrome, but you don't know what it means, and you don't know why it's such a thing, why it's such a strong thing in trafficking, and what makes it so strong. What, you know that they're drinking children's blood, but you don't know what they're doing to those children to make their blood strong enough to cause something to flip your system in order to keep you in the fountain of youth. No one believes that because it sounds like an unreal horror Disney movie that someone wrote. You know what I'm saying?
It kind of is.
Now, some of y'all might be wondering whose kids are being used in these sacrifices and why the police haven't been investigating. Well, it turns out most of them were actually being shipped into the United States from poor countries. Apparently, they were given to Diddy by their parents, and that's why they weren't reported missing. And this actually checks out because if y'all remember, Diddy was arrested on human trafficking charges. His indictment stated, and I quote, Combs relied on employees, resources, and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. And if you thought all of that was crazy, wait till you hear the other crazy things that Ali had to say. According to Ali, Diddy's freak-offs allegedly involved underage boys and girls. But here's where it gets even more disturbing. The boys supposedly had it even worse than the girls. Allegedly, they weren't allowed to eat anything until the freak-offs were over. And why? Because Diddy reportedly didn't want them throwing up or needing to douche while being passed around by his associate. But here's the thing though, y'all. Some of his associates allegedly actually had a douche fetish. So these associates would handpick a few boys, and these boys would be made to do things that would cause them to have some kind of diarrhea so that they would end up pooing during the freak-offs. And as if this wasn't bad enough, they would make these boys lay in their poo and record it.
Watching an episode called Pig Night. When I went, they tried to feed us, and I remember it because when
Pig
you
night.
have to do
Say what?
orders, jobs like that, you don't eat. You're not allowed to eat. You actually have to starve yourself, because when you have to do those type of jobs, you can't eat because you will throw up.
Really?
If you are doing, or if you are a guy doing it, you will shit everywhere.
Oh boy.
When this happens, your parents will get mad at you. Really mad at you. And if that is a fetish for someone, they use that to their advantage. So if you throw up on someone, you will have to eat it. If you shit on someone, We'll have to lay in it.
But even aside from Diddy, Ali had other shocking tea that she didn't hold back from spilling, and that included the late Tupac Shakur allegedly being her biological father. She says the reason why she hasn't been acknowledged by his family is because a nurse swapped her out with another baby after she was born, and she ended up losing contact with either Tupac and his family. She also claimed that Tupac is alive and that if he doesn't come out to claim her, she's going to drop all the receipts and expose his current whereabouts to the public.
Tupac, you won't be able to hide from the public if I do. Okay? Anybody that was in my biological family as surrogates, they know damn well what I'm talking about. All of y'all know what I'm talking about. And if something happens to this woman right here, that's the only person that I will ever consider. She is my mother. I know nothing else. So somebody touch my mama, it won't be a Sandra Bland situation. You guys will be seeing us on t-shirts. And I'm down with that because we know where we're going. But if insurance releases insurance, you release everything. And I mean everything. If a song comes on of cleaning out my closet, everybody knows what that means. So I want to tell you now, I know a lot of shit that I should not know. I haven't even got to the facilities. I haven't even got to things where things are buried. Why do I know cases that were in San Bernardino in 2005 when I was a child? I know a lot of shit that I haven't put off yet because every time I do, you guys see what kind of hell that we get. So like I said, Tupac, you know what I'm talking about, and you won't even be able to hide from your own family.
She also went in on Akon and accused him of allegedly SAing her friend. She said she attended a party with her friend after getting invited by Akon and his friend from Dubai. When they got there, Akon and his Dubai friend allegedly spiked their drinks. And once the substance started to hit them, Akon's friend started SAing her friend by pushing his fist down her private parts. But here's the part that had people side-eyeing Ali though. She admitted that despite all the things Akon's friend was doing to her friend, she actually wasn't mad at Akon at all and even went ahead to sleep with Akon that very night.
We were taken to these houses, really nice houses. Before we were told to go to a room, we were in the living room and I was sitting with Akon and my friend was sitting with his friend who was from Dubai. They still didn't do a test or do a sample that they could do. So his friend fisted my friend. He beat her. She fought him and it made things worse. You're not allowed to help. You're not allowed to, you're not allowed to flinch. You're not allowed to get angry. So I didn't help her. And I'm really sorry. And she got hurt. She bled a lot and she got really sick. And I didn't get to see her anymore after that. So I didn't cry. I didn't get mad with Akon. I didn't get mad at all. I wasn't yelling. I wasn't asking him to let me go. I didn't get mad at him. I did what he said. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't brutal. It wasn't bad. It wasn't hurt me.
Clearly, all these things she's been revealing have been pissing the wrong people off, and they are after her life. Ali has been on IG Live for weeks now, and that is unlike her because by this time, she would have been chatting it up with her fans and spilling major tea about some things, but this time, she's just silent. Her family still doesn't know where she is, and they've reportedly even filed an official missing persons report, but nothing has come of that yet. As usual, people had their own thoughts about this, like this person who said she's not Tupac's child. However, it doesn't mean what she said wasn't truth. She has been speaking on Diddy for years, one of the first to speak out, and no one paid her any mind. I hope she is safe, sound, and protected. Another person said, these people are sick. These are kids. Suge Knight said some things about Akon. He knows. She's been since she was a little kid. Her logic is not like ours. She will never get over this. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Allie getting kidnapped? And do y'all believe that Diddy allegedly had something to do with it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.